The Nothing Phone 2 is finally here. Thank you, Nothing, for sending this over. But this is not a sponsored video. As always, guys, you know me. All my videos are always my thoughts and my thoughts only. This is not sponsored, but they did send this phone to me. Now, the version I have here is the 256GB, 12GB of RAM version. Now, you do have the base model 8GB of RAM, which is the 128GB of storage, and it does go up to 215GB of storage with also 12GB of RAM. So the version I have here is kind of the middle version. Also, I have to give it up to Nothing, because in a world where phone boxes are very boring, they made it look very unique and cool. It looks like there's some sort of book in here. It doesn't even look like a phone, even though it is the phone. It just looks very sweet. I have to give it up. I have to give it up for them for being kind of unique in that aspect. But I don't like how you have to ruin the box to get the phone out. I don't like that. I like to keep the boxes. I keep all my phone boxes, and I don't like how you have to completely tear it open. And it doesn't even tear open all the way. Cool. Anyway, magic 3, 2, 1. So now we are greeted with an interior box. Now this box, again, really awesome. I might keep this instead because the other one's completely ruined. But this box, again, very unique, very cool. Let's go ahead and open it up. It opens up book style. And here we have the Nothing Phone 2. Now you do have a SIM ejector tool, which is completely see-through. Again, that's kind of like the whole Nothing brand is see-through. But not only that, the actual USB cable is see-through as well. They even went as far as putting the Nothing brand engraved into the metal of the USB-C. This is sweet. I like it. I like it when companies put details. They put their love into the product, even though no one really, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, this doesn't really matter, right? It's just a USB-C cable, right? Everyone has one of these laying around. But the fact that they went through the trouble of doing this, I mean, that's sweet. I really miss the attention to detail that phone companies used to put in. Here you have all your books, all your warranty information, stuff that actually no one reads, to be honest. At least I don't. Let me know if you do. And here we do have the actual Nothing Phone 2. So the Phone 2 has 53 parts made with sustainable materials. Its packaging is plastic free. That's correct. This entire packaging is completely free of plastic. Here we see, again, the whole see-through kind of scheme that that Nothing has been going with for the past 2 generations now. And we can also see the new design of the Nothing Phone 2, where the back of the phone is kind of curved ever so slightly. You can see that by the reflection of my light there. It looks really, really nice, and it's really comfortable to hold in the hand. I really like this design as opposed to a flat panel. Now the opposite is true with the glass, the screen. I like my screens to be nice and flat. I am so sick and tired of the curved displays. That is a fad that needs to go away. Comment down below if you agree. So on the bottom of the phone, we do have a SIM card slot. We do have one noise cancellation microphone right there, a USB-C, and of course the speaker over there. On this side, very similar to an iPhone in terms of button layout, we do have the power sleep wake button right there. On this side, the volume rocker, and on the top, we do have the antenna lines as well as another microphone for noise cancellation. So let's go ahead and power this phone on and see what's new. So with the phone powered on, we do have a nice little hello. Here you can select which region. Now I'm not in the United Kingdom, I am in the United States, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that. Click next, connect to a mobile network. Okay, Samsung, come on. Let's get the SIM card out of here and we'll put it into the Nothing phone. I really like this, by the way. It's very comfortable to use. I hate the ones that are like very thin and it always like your fingers are very slippery on it and you can't get it just quite right. That one, nice and thick. Also, again, attention to detail. Look at that. It even says like the direction of where the SIM card needs to be. It's nice, okay? Call it what you want, call it a gimmick, say what you want, but you cannot say that is not attention to detail, because it is. Also, I just noticed I was holding it upside down, but here we see the SIM card 1, and then on the second side is the SIM card 2, so this is a dual SIM. So is anyone else paranoid when putting in a SIM card? Do you ever think it's gonna like just fall out into the phone, or is it just me? All right, so the SIM card is in, and right now we see that it is trying to connect to the mobile network, and it did that. So now it's connecting. It's going to connect to my Wi-Fi. Man, I really like how the curve feels on the hand. It's just so good. I mean, look at that. It's just so subtle. That nice curve on the back. It's so subtle, but man, it makes a really big difference when holding the phone. It is so comfortable. And by the way, the phone is basically as big as an iPhone 14 Pro Max, but it only weighs 203 grams. That is insane. So copy apps and data. I never use this, by the way, guys. Anytime I set up a new phone, I always set it up exactly that, a new phone. I never copy any apps and data because from what I noticed, if a rogue app copies the wrong way, that's going to completely destroy your battery life, and you will never know why. So if the battery on your phone is bad, try factory resetting it, and then don't copy apps and data. Just physically download all the apps that you want. So now it is asking me to set up a fingerprint unlock. Let's go ahead and do that now. The one downside so far that I find with this phone is that the fingerprint sensor is kind of very low down. I kind of like the way that Samsung approaches it by placing it like right here, because it's just kind of a natural position for your thumb. Down here, it's kind of just at a very awkward spot in my opinion. But let me know down below what you guys think. Do you prefer it down here or kind of towards the middle? But let's go ahead and set up the fingerprint, and then we'll continue to look around the operating system. And that's it. So the next thing we see is the lock screen options. You do have the option to show all the notification content, show sensitive content only when the phone is unlocked via face or your thumb, or don't show any notifications at all. I'm just going to leave it at as is. No thanks. So getting your phone ready, that was quick. Didn't even finish reading it, but let's agree to the terms. Agree to that. System navigation. Let's do the swiping, of course. Nothing OS 2.0, so that's already been installed. Now, if you have the Nothing Phone 1, I believe Nothing OS 2.0 will be coming out next month in August. Nothing more, nothing less. Access Essentials, the easy way with new widgets, themes, and folder layouts. This looks sick. I love this OS. I cannot wait to use it. I think it looks so sick. Here we see the Glyph interface that will be lighting up on the back over here. I'll show you guys that soon. So you got call recognition, of course. You can have it so it'll light up differently, and I'll show you guys that. It's really sick. But then if you got the essential notifications, only this top bar, which is right here, will light up. You can actually specify which apps are essential. So if only, let's say, if you only want Telegram to give you notifications right there, you can have it that way, or WhatsApp or Facebook or anything else. Then here we see how the timer is going to look like. So you'll see that Glyph, it'll run out as the timer runs out as well. And that, of course, is that bar right there. Now, of course, since this is the Nothing Phone 2, you have to do the Nothing OS. You have to use that visual style. It looks so unique, man. It looks so good. The regular default one is fine, but like if you're gonna be buying this phone, you already know you're gonna want this right there. So let's just click on Finish Setup, and oh my god, yo, this looks sick. I mean, this looks so good. Okay, I'm sold. I'm a fanboy. Sue me. So the phone, of course, is now an LTPO display as opposed to not an LTPO display from the Nothing Phone 1. So now this does go all the way up to 120 Hz and anywhere in between. You do have support for 1 billion colors, HDR10 plus. You do have 1600 nits of brightness when in viewing HDR content. So that is the peak. Now the resolution is 1080 by 2412 pixels. Pixel density of 394 pixels per inch. So in that regard, you will not see the pixels except the dot matrix, which are technically pixels, but it looks really good. Now the camera is on the back, the main camera is on the bottom. That is your 50 megapixel f1.9, and then of course the top camera is your ultra wide camera, which is also a 50 megapixel at f2.2, so it's slightly darker. Now you do have 114 degree field of view, which is not as much as the iPhones and the Galaxies, I might be wrong. If I'm wrong, I'll put the correct ones up here, but I think the iPhone and the Galaxy does go a little bit wider. Now, you do have support for 4K up to 60 frames per second and 1080p up to 60 as well. And the front selfie camera is 32 megapixels, f2.5. Now, the downside is that video recording is only capped, or actually is capped at 1080p 30 frames per second. Let me know what you guys think about that. Now, using the phone so far, everything feels nice and smooth. You can actually change the way, like if, for example, if some of the icons don't match the theme, you can actually manually put it that way, which is something I will be doing later on. But the phone is very, very smooth. This OS feels light. It doesn't feel like there's anything bogging it down. It just I mean, you guys are seeing it for yourself. There's not a single frame of stuttering. It is butter, my God. Now here we see the glyphs. So let's go and take a look at how it will look like. So that is one of your ringtones. I actually like this. It's very nice and simple. Now here we have another one. Let's play it again. Yo, I really like all of these. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see again. Ah, I like it. So I have a meeting that I need to go to in about less than 30 minutes, so definitely need to be on that. But yeah, you have all these styles to choose from, or you can even add your own style as well. More settings on the Glyph interface. You do have flip to Glyph, so that's basically flip to shush as Google calls it, or flip to silence. So basically whenever the phone is face down, it will automatically enter kind of a silent mode, but you will still have the lights that light up to let you know if there's any incoming calls or any incoming notifications or any essential notifications that will light up right there. And if you want, you can also enable the volume indicator to be on the Glyph, so anytime you raise or lower the volume, you can also see that being represented on the Glyph itself. So I mean, I like these little attention to details. How useful is this? I'm not sure, but is it cool? Absolutely. So far, my first impressions is nice. You know, like that's just what this phone is. It's nice. It comes in at $600 for the base. It goes up to, I believe, $800 if I'm not mistaken. I'll have a correct price tag right there. But I just feel like in a world where phones have become very boring and they all look alike, you know, like you can look at this and you just know it's a nothing phone, right? When you look at this, you know it's a nothing phone. You know what I mean? Like that, it's just so kind of creative. It's very different from what we're used to. So let's go ahead and check out the fingerprint sensor speed. Very, very quick. Let me try going really fast. Now, I'm not sure if it's going to get it, but yeah, I mean, look at that. That's crazy. All I did was tap it. That's really crazy. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that works better than I expected. I also like these new kind of widgets that you can play around with. So if you wanted to see just the high and the low, you can. If you want to see just what it is currently, you can have it do that. If you want to see the actual status of the weather, so right now outside it is sunny, you can see the sun. Here we have the expanded kind of folders. I mean, everything just looks different. It looks nice. I really like it. That's why I'm like, this phone is just nice. That's kind of what it is. Nothing did also send over the Nothing Ear 2. So if you guys want to see an unboxing and review of this and maybe even a comparison against other headphones that I have, let me know down below. And if you guys want to see more videos on the Nothing Phone 2, definitely drop me a comment down below, because guess what? I do have the Pixel 7. I do have the Pixel 7 Pro. I do have the Pixel 7a that I could compare this phone to. So if you guys do want to see that, drop me your comments down below. And as always, this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.